What's up YouTube? Welcome back to another reaction video. Today we're checking out why Americans will never accept soccer. So let me just say, I think this is going to be a bad video. I think this video is going to anger me. It has a lot of views. It has over 1 million views, 20,000 likes, only 4.2 dislikes. It's like a TED Talk. I don't know if it's like a parody or what. But let me tell you, these types of videos, they anger me. And I'll tell you why. I don't know why people always think that Americans just hate soccer. No. Okay, we don't hate soccer, especially me. I don't hate soccer. I obviously make reaction videos on soccer every week. We prefer American football. We prefer basketball, baseball before we do soccer. If you see the soccer in America, it's still pretty big. We do have a Major League Soccer. It is growing a lot of fame. Obviously, our national team isn't the best, but we're building. We still have some pretty good players coming out of America. So soccer is building in America. So a title like Why Americans Will Never Accept Soccer, I don't know. I don't want to bash the video yet, but I just think that's a bit of a reach. I made a couple of videos on this before, like, why is the US terrible at football? I made that video a couple months ago. Didn't get much backlash, but like, I don't know, bashing America for soccer when it's not even our main sport and it's not like we take it serious. We don't take it serious. It's not a big deal. It doesn't mean we hate soccer. We just don't take it serious. There's nothing wrong with it. Anyway, let's get into this video. Hope you guys enjoy. So yeah, this does not look like a TED Talk. Alright, but I'll just listen.
And I was always told that soccer isn't a sport, it's a religion. So
I did play soccer when I was a little kid, by the way.
And I fell in love with the sport.
So I do have some experience.
Nobody else cares about soccer, meaning everyone in America thinks that soccer is dumb. Why is
that? Is not true.
Okay, sorry. Everyone in America cares about the big three, meaning baseball, basketball, football.
Yes.
They care about this.
Yes.
And not this.
We care about that, just not as much.
So I started to think, why? Why don't Americans like soccer? And
I
started to think about it, I realized that there's so many things that Americans' disapproval of soccer reveal about our values and beliefs in general. My first point, American ethnocentrism. In America, we have this obsession with being the best at everything we do. We're America, and we're number one.
We're obviously not good at soccer. We don't.
And don't get me wrong, I'm the first to join.
We don't brag about it. We know we suck at it.
Where and whenever it breaks out, but let's be real, it's pretty obnoxious. And
I agree.
As though our football and baseball and basketball should be no different. Our football players are the best players in the world, but they're the only players in the world. Okay. And our basketball players are huge, and they win every year. We have 14 of the 18.
We're allowed to be proud.
Gold medals. And our baseball players every year compete in the World Series.
Our baseball team isn't really the best.
But the World Series is between two American teams.
Usually it's like Puerto Rico.
So I think it's pretty safe to say that our favorite sports, we're the best in the world at.
The world right now in baseball.
But what about the world's favorite sport? In soccer, our men's U.S. team is yet to win a single championship title.
We know.
So what do us as Americans do? We don't watch it, because if we can't be good at it, then there must be something wrong with the sport.
I don't really agree.
But this alone isn't enough to keep us away from the sport. So there has to be some other reasons. Americans have an obsession with the excessive. We have supersized meals and huge cars and the largest houses we can afford, and even our people are getting bigger and bigger every year.
We're interested in other things than soccer.
So why should our sports be any different? Take scores, for example. In Major League Baseball, the average score of a game is 9 runs scored, which is equivalent to, say, 9 goals. And in football, the average score is 20-17, which is about 7 goals in comparison. And then we have the NBA, which on average, each team scores 97.2 points, which is about 75 to 85 goals.
Yeah, fast-paced.
And then there's soccer, who scores 2.2 goals.
You can make the case for hockey, though. I mean, hockey
that's just not big
scores just as much as like usually in soccer games. Maybe a little more, but hockey's still popular.
Players. In the NBA, the average size of a player is 6 foot 6 inches and 220 pounds. That's like Hagrid from Harry Potter. Then the average football player is about 6'3" and 250 pounds, also huge. And the average baseball player is about 6'1" and 200 pounds. Then you get to soccer, where the average player is 5'9" and 170 pounds. Half the guys in my lecture hall are bigger than that. America simply is not impressed.
I understand where she's coming from, though.
Which brings me to my last point.
That never comes into a factor when I think of soccer, or anybody I know when they talk about soccer.
So how does this relate to soccer? Well, the main networks that would play soccer, being ESPN, CBS, NBC, ABC, make a majority of their money from advertisements, and soccer just isn't conducive for advertisement. In comparison to football, which has the end of the first or third quarter, the 2-minute warning of the second and fourth quarter, timeouts, instant replays, game stoppage after punt returns, injury timeouts, game stoppage after scores, and game stoppage after turnovers that all lead to commercials. Soccer has halftime.
I'll touch on that. I'll touch on that after the video.
But even if they would play them, Americans just wouldn't watch. Because as Americans, we value the time of making money much more heavily than we value our leisure time in comparison to other countries who work shorter days, have more vacation time, and have way more leisure time than we do. For this reason, we value our hours of leisure time much more highly. Therefore, say, spending an hour and a half to watch one goal isn't exactly the best use of our time. So in terms of economics, the opportunity cost of watching a soccer game is far too high. So, while I love soccer, and I would love to see it become huge in America,
I love soccer too.
Until we value money less, don't care as much about being the best in the world, and can get over the fact that everything needs to be huge, soccer will remain an everywhere but here thing, along with the metric system and the drinking ages. Thank you.
Okay. So let me give you my thoughts now. One, I did think that was a good presentation. I did get where she was coming from. She didn't really specifically mean me or her. She meant America as in general. So I do understand where she was coming from. I'm not trying to twist her words. I do get it. So, about, fast-paced games and stuff like that. Basketball is a fast-paced game. Very popular in America, but it's very popular in Europe too, okay? So what's wrong with that? Why is it a problem that basketball is very popular here? American football, okay? We grew up, American football started in like not in the 90s, early 1900s, even before that. Obviously, soccer was more popular around the world, but America was focused around American football. There's nothing wrong with that. We love American football. We love watching it. Doesn't mean we hate soccer. Okay, baseball. Baseball's not as popular around the world. It's mainly just on America, North America, and Southern America is really where baseball is popular at, and in Japan. But, that's the big three that she was talking about. But, us not liking soccer or not having it as popular, I don't see it as a big deal. I mean, India, okay, I know soccer's not as popular in India. I know cricket is. Cricket's probably their biggest sport. But, nobody bashes India for not liking soccer. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm sure if you ask an Indian fan, do you like soccer? Yeah, he'll probably say yeah. If you ask an Indian cricket fan, do you like soccer? He'll probably say yeah. Australia, soccer's kind of popular, but it's not as popular as rugby and cricket. That's no problem there. Like, why is it a problem that Australia, doesn't like soccer, or their biggest sport is in soccer, or India's biggest sport is in soccer, but America's biggest sport is in soccer, and it's a problem? I don't know. And I only say that it's a problem because people bash America. When you bring up bad teams in soccer, it's America. When you bring up, when America tries to talk about sports, I see it all the time. Hate comments on my channel. I'm American. I don't know much about soccer. Well, I'm obviously trying to learn. I'm obviously trying to engage with it. I still get hate comments. You know what I mean? So that's why. That's why it's hard to engage anymore, because a lot of fans just attack us. They don't really understand, why is soccer not popular? Why don't I know a lot about soccer? Well, it's not popular in America. It is becoming popular. And if you ask a lot of people, do they like soccer? Yeah, I like soccer. I don't watch it. That's what a lot of people will say. So I'm going to read some comments, though, on this video. So stick around. I know this is a pretty long outro. Okay. Here's the first comment. American team beats another American team. We are the best in the world. Don't ever hear that phrase ever. Okay? I'm a Steelers fan. If we beat the Eagles, I don't say we're the best in the world. I'll say we're best in the NFL, but not in the world. Americans would love soccer if they added lasers and exploding net every time a goal was scored, and 1,000 more commercials. Maybe, but what's the problem with that? You get what I'm saying? Like, what's the problem if we like fast-paced sports? Another reason is Americans cannot play a full 90-minute game running around. I mean, we do have plenty of American soccer games. We do have American rugby. I know rugby is a pretty long game. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't really agree with that. To be honest, I'm glad Americans are not a part of the football scheme. I just feel like they would take away the beauty of the game. Well, then why do you hate us if we don't like it? There couldn't be the best, so they made their own sport. Not really. There's nothing wrong with making our own sport. That's like bashing United Kingdom or bashing Germany or another popular soccer country for playing basketball. No, we don't bash you for playing basketball. Enjoy it. If it's not your popular sport, oh well. That's my thoughts on it. Good presentation by her. I just want to give you my thoughts as an American on soccer. I know I get so many hate comments on my channel. So many. And it kind of gets annoying because obviously I like soccer. I know a lot of people I talk to like soccer. A majority of Americans like soccer. It's just not that popular. Yeah, we'll say a couple of jokes like soccer is not a real sport. It's a joke. Obviously it's a real sport. Obviously it takes a lot of skill. We just don't watch it as much. Not a big problem. Doesn't mean we hate it. Oh well though. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys saw my viewpoint along with hers. But that's my thoughts on it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys don't hate me. Once again, I love soccer. I love all sports. Sports are, in my opinion, the best thing, to bring people together. So why not just enjoy it? Why try to divide? Why not just accept everybody in sports like that? So that's my thoughts. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe to my channel. Help me get to 6,000 subscribers. I'm out. Peace.